Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good morning, CaneSport. It's December 13th, 2021. I'm Gary Ferman, the publisher of CaneSport.com, flying solo today as we discuss the news of the day. And big recruiting weekend at the U. Bunch of commitments came in for weekend visits. Some other targets popped in to different degrees of seriousness as Mario Cristobal, and I guess we won't call it his staff because his staff hasn't really been put together yet, but the remnants of the old staff, maybe a couple guys like Alex Mirabal and Stephen Field, who are going to probably be part of the new staff that are working on this current class. And they're just trying to piece something respectable together here before Wednesday's early signing period. So let's talk a little bit about it. And let me start with the story of Kamari Rogers, the defensive back commit from Mississippi. He's been committed to the Hurricanes for such a long time. But he has never really had the chance to have a sit down with Mario Cristobal. And he's been flirting with Mississippi State as of late. And he and his parents wanted to come into Coral Gables and sit down with Cristobal, make sure they're all on the same page, and are just headed in the right direction as signing day approaches. So get this. They had a 4-hour visit. They fly in at midnight, essentially, on Saturday, and visited campus Sunday morning. We're there for about 4 hours. Left campus, headed to the airport to fly back home. All the reports that we've gotten from talking to Kamari Rogers' dad and some other sources are that things did go very, very well. We do think Kamari Rogers will sign with Miami on Wednesday. But I'm not going to call it 100%. I think there is a little crack in the door there for Mississippi State. But we're certainly not going to call him a potential decommit at this point. We do think he's still likely to sign with the Hurricanes on Wednesday. Along those lines, we had some pretty comprehensive wrap-ups of the weekend visits. I'll touch base on them a little bit right now, but you can get the complete story by looking at the content that's on CaneSport.com. This morning, some of the visitors included Wesley Bissainthe, the linebacker from Miami Central. He remains committed to the Hurricanes. We do expect him to stick. Ja'Cory Brown, the quarterback in this class from Valdosta, Georgia, popped into town yet again this weekend. Seems like he's been here a million times. But he's really, positioning himself as one of the leaders of this recruiting class, and came in to try to see where he could help in recruiting and start meeting. He had met Coach Cristobal on a home visit during the week, and now got to spend more time with the coach, just getting to know what the new program is going to look like. We think Ja'Cory Brown is very solid. A lot of attention on a kid by the name of Kevin Coleman. He's from St. Louis, Missouri, a speedy little wide receiver. And he came in this weekend to get an even closer look at the U. His dad had popped into town during the week. Very good feedback. He said he told us loved the visit in Coleman. We think that the Hurricanes have a great chance to land him this week as well. Chris Graves, we're not quite as sure about. He's the defensive back prospect from Fort Myers, Florida. He still is a Miami commitment. Did pop through this weekend. Said he came to get to know Coach Cristobal, what kind of guy he is. We still think he's going to sign with Miami on Wednesday. The fact that Florida has had its own issues and probably helps in that regard. There was a point in recruiting where it looked like he might fall to the Gators. Now we think Miami is in pretty decent shape there. Similar situation with Isaiah Horton, the wide receiver from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He also popped through this weekend. So did Nigel E. Kelly, defensive end for Fort Lauderdale Dillard, who Cristobal's trying real hard to get in the Miami camp. Kelly really likes Mario Cristobal. Very strongly was considering going to Oregon before all of this went down. And now with Cristobal here in South Florida, we think it's just a formality that Nigel E. Kelly ends up committing to the Hurricanes. Another guy that popped in is a defensive end from Las Vegas, Cyrus Moss, and went to USC Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and came to Miami on Sunday for a whirlwind visit. Have not gotten any reports, but he is announced a decision Wednesday. We'll keep trying to provide that update for you as we go forward. Today, he's been an Alabama commit. Nobody knew he was going to come on an official visit this weekend, but he did. Said it went very well. He put something out on Twitter. Thank you, Miami. We hear that the Canes have pulled into like a 50-50 tie on this recruitment. We probably would lean towards picking Alabama here. It's really hard to steal recruits from Alabama. But Jaleel Skinner, at least, is said to be have gone home and be thinking about it. And I think if you're Miami, that's all that you can ask right now. And then we also have updates on Markeith Williams on the website. And weekend visit went great. He's the safety from Orlando Evans, and he will, in all likelihood, still remain part of this class. Other content on the website today. We have an article on the really part 2 of a 2-part series on the Miami Columbus connection involved in the Mario Cristobal hiring. And today, Jim Marks talks to some of those Columbus players and alumni who have very high hopes that one of their own, Mario Cristobal, can do a great job at Miami. And lastly, a lot of people are wondering what the coaching staff is going to look like, who's the offensive coordinator going to be. And there's been a lot of speculation about Joe Brady, the former passing game coordinator at LSU, who was so instrumental in their national championship, went to the Carolina Panthers, and now has been fired by Carolina. And the thing that strikes me in this situation is that people just in football, they overreact so much. Like Joe Brady has that one good year at LSU, and now all of a sudden everybody in the NFL wants him. They were almost ready to make him a head coach, believe it or not. So he goes to the Carolina Panthers with Matt Rule, and he struggles, and now all of a sudden he's damaged goods, he's fired. Well, Miami's one of a couple colleges believed to be going after him, but there's also several NFL teams that have made inquiries, and it's looking like he prefers to stay in the NFL. He's not a huge fan of recruiting. And if we had to make a bet, it would be that he does stay in the NFL. But we take a look at that situation in a story today as well. We'll continue to have, obviously, a lot of recruiting updates here the next couple days. So stay glued to the website. They'll be coming at you in rapid fire succession, tomorrow and Tuesday. And then obviously Wednesday, we'll have complete blockbuster coverage of National Signing Day, like only CaneSport knows how. We always, knock it out of the park on signing day, and we encourage everybody to be with us on that day as well. So that's going to do it for today. I expect my cohort, Matt Shodell, to be back tomorrow for another Good Morning CaneSport. But for now, I'll say have a great day, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.